for the Indian Hills Braves versus the Woodward Bulldogs on this beautiful Saturday afternoon for a three-way scrimmage with Woodward, North College Hill, and the Indian Hill Braves. First up in the scrimmage today is going to be the Indian Hill Braves versus the Woodward Bulldogs. Indian Hill is in a rebuilding year, trying to bring back the old days of the Seipel dynasty with Coach Akiri coming in as the head coach, and he's done a great job. I don't know that I've seen a Indian Hill squad with this many guys on the field since about 1999. So this is going to be a great year to see how the Braves come back from a year that wasn't so stellar, and they've had about 3 years of losing seasons, to see how Coach Akiri and his new coaching staff with John Schneider and yada, 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 I don't know the rest of the coaches, how they've turned the squad around. So, Charlie, today's format is a 10-play scrimmage. They're going to have full field. They're going to start the ball. There's no kickoffs. It looks like they're starting the ball on their own 40 and going to be running 10 offensive plays probably first. I would guess that the Braves are going to start on offense, or maybe they'll be polite and start on defense. Woodward will get to run their offense, maybe, it looks like. And we'll run 10 plays. They'll rotate to North College Hill coming onto the field. I would guess they'll probably come in against Woodward. Indian Hill will take a break, and then Indian Hill will rotate back in to play North College Hill.
I think it's particularly interesting to really see this kind of format of a scrimmage. So just really every team gets a little touch of what the other team kind of looks like.
So the big question marks for Indian Hill this year are what offensive scheme are they going to be running? They've got two very capable quarterbacks this year in freshman Danny Vanaski and sophomore Reed Eichholz that will be suiting up on the varsity teams, probably both, and running snaps. Their line this year is probably going to be more on the athletic, smaller side. So it'll be interesting today to see how they're actually running their offense.
And it's been really good to see how Coach Akiri has kind of revitalized the whole football program with activities like Hits on the Hill and really just raising awareness and hype for the team as they get this season going.
You'll get better angles that way, bud. When you set this up, Coach, you want to try to have this up as high as comfortable for you, obviously, but you want to get it as close to this rail and as flat to this rail as possible. And then they show you how to look at, so your level, you want to make sure that that little bubble is always inside the circle, which will make you nice and level. They give you any guidance on how to film? Yeah, so what you want to be able to have when the play's starting, so you want the line of scrimmage centered here. You want to be able to see your deepest back and probably your linebackers. You won't, if you're zoomed out to the point where you can see your corners and your safety, you're going to be too far out for Coach to be able to see it. But you got to be ready to zoom out so that you're getting, that you're, as the play's moving upfield, and you don't ever want to go super fast. Yeah, the goal would be to try to keep the ball in the center of the screen. If you kind of use that, let's see if we can use it. Try to keep the ball in that square. Okay. If you're good at doing that, you'll be getting good film for team. So Charlie, it looks like we're getting ready to start here. Looks like Bart Sheard is back as probably the offensive line coach. Looks like Coach Eli is back. I'm not sure who's this guy here. Do you know, Charlie?
I can't say I really know for sure, but it's good to see some returning vets back.
And obviously Coach Gary, who everybody has for English. Believe it or not, he's an English teacher. So our football team should be able to speak good English this year, as opposed to knowing science, 8th grade science from Mr. Tyson. That coach talking right now, Charlie, is John Schneider, who has coached Indian Hill youth football for the last 10 years. He's also a prodigy of the Denison football program. He played at Denison in college back in the 80s. You've got Coach Finaski out there in the all-black, probably paying a little homage to his alma mater. He played 4 years, was an All-American at UC, was a receiver. We'll probably be hearing that name a lot this year on JV for sure. Question is, will we hear that a lot on varsity this year, as his son Danny is, as a 9th grader, probably has one of the best arms in the city this year, in the CHL anyways. What grade are you in? You're a junior? Injured? No? Okay. When did you move up here? From where? Okay. Welcome to Cincinnati, bud. So the Braves are starting on offense against Woodward in blue. Taking the first snap at Scrimmage is actually number 13. Handoff to number 1 up the sideline for about a 15-yard gain. Again, you'll notice we don't have any down markers out here today. We don't have any chains or anything to measure for first down. It's just 10 straight plays. And it looks like they might just be running 10 straight plays from the 25.
And it looks like a similar play with a handoff to number 4 this time. He's stopped just short of the 30.
So for a 2-yard pickup, handoff to the right side of the field. Yeah, so Charlie, it looks like they are going to reset this ball every time to the 25. So it's a true just 10 and 10 scrimmage. It's not. What? Oh, okay. So this first series is just pure 10 plays from the 25. Who's number 13? So Vanaski's taking the snap. He's swung out, hit for a 10-yard loss at the 15. Looked like the penetration that time came through the nose, through the center, and the tackle on the right side. Number 59, Anthony Johnston. You're probably still learning names, aren't you, bud? Who's the center? So Vanaski under center for the snap, handoff to number 4, who swings it out to the left side for a 5-yard gain. Charlie, was that the 4th play or the 5th play?
I think it was either 3rd or 4th.
That was the 4th. So we've had 3 plays for gains of 5 or more. We've had 1 play for a 10-yard loss. So not a bad first set for the first 4 downs of live scrimmages.
Looks to me like most of the yards they've been gaining have been through their run game, which is an important part if you want to get that extra 5 for first down.
Nasty back in the pocket. Big throw to number 3.
Got around the 50. Big gain.
Big gain for a 25-yard, 27-yard gain to the 48. And that's Nick Heidel with the reception, who was a big part of the offense last year for Indian Hill. Is he a junior or a senior this year? So again, this squad's going to be pretty young. They're running Vanaski, who's a freshman at the quarterback spot. Who's the center this year or right now? Fake handoff right up the middle for about a 7-yard gain by number 42. So the Braves are coming out here, Charlie, looking pretty athletic. Their quickness seems to be pretty good. Line's going to be the question. I've noticed that Woodward's had, in the passing game, every time Vanaski's dropped back, Woodward's been able to get into the pocket pretty easily. So I'm sure that's something that they're taking note of, and they're gonna watch. So that time about a 1-yard gain by number 25. Nope, I'm sorry, number 42 again on the carry. 42. So they're making some change outs at the line. Vanaski's still behind center here. Lone back behind the quarterback, number 42. Vanaski for the pass, and he's hit as he's passing. So again, Woodward, Charlie, looks like, where Indian Hill is going to have to work is they're going to have to buy their quarterback some time. Vanaski only had about probably 2 seconds in the pocket before that Woodward player was in his face.
It doesn't look to me like the offensive line's given him much of a cushion to back up on. You see there's already a big pile just a few seconds into the play back there.
And that was a hand up the middle to number 42, and he's stopped short of the line of scrimmage. So the no number for Woodward at nose tackle has been doing a great job of penetrating the line. Another loss of yards on this play.
I've been seeing a couple consistent plays where there's really just a big pile up right there where the offensive line collides with the defensive line.
So not a bad first series of downs for Indian Hill.
I'll just have to take a look at how they hold up on defense now.
So it looks like Reed Eichholz is going to be out there on defense. Number 59, who I've got to think is Anthony Johnson. And that's about as deep as my knowledge goes with the players on the field that I can recognize. Not having anybody playing this year or in the grades of...
It looks to me like we have number 55, Nick Saba, out on the field. Right in the middle of the line.
So Nick Saba is going to play nose. Eichholz looks like they're setting up in a... They're going for blitz and immediately get into the holes and hit the quarterback for a loss of about 3. So it looks like they're going to be running a 3-man line, 4 linebackers, your corners, and a safety.
Looks to me like we have number 3, Nick Heidel, on the quarterback position.
Indian Hill lines up 3 to the right side.
Nice penetration by the defense, but the running back just avoided them in time to get couple yards.
That was a good read by Woodward on that. What number is Mike Anderson?
And a big loss for Woodward with a sack by number 6 in the backfield.
So the defense, again, we're not a large defense by any stretch of the imagination. You know, Reed Eichholt's probably the biggest guy out on the field with Anthony Johnson. But Indian Hill's showing some great athleticism. Number 6 coming off the field for a little bit, probably got a little bit of a pitch out, and we have a flag on the play. Holding on the offense. So they hit the running back in the backfield. Of course, in this series, we're running everything from the 25, but in a regular game, Woodward would have been called for holding in that play.
I heard you talking earlier about how it's really not the biggest defense, but we're certainly an athletic defense. And I've been talking to a few of the players for quite a while, and they've told me that they've really started going pretty hard at this since really like the beginning of the summer. And it looks like a short game for Woodward there.
Well, it looks like the Woodward coaches aren't real happy with their line right now. They're yelling at them that Indian Hill keeps getting in the backfield, but that running back's very sneaky. He did a great job of finding the seam, getting out for about a 4-yard gain on that run.
But on the other hand, looks like Indian Hill's doing a pretty good job of really just clogging those holes up right there, so he can't really get through, so he gets stopped in the backfield.
So we've got Anthony Johnson at nose. It looks like Tennyson Holmes is up.
And again, the defensive line stops the running back once again.
Probably for a short gain of about 1.
Looks like number 52 is coming off the field, taking a break.
You know, they're running a whole new offensive and defensive schemes this year, so it's a big learning curve for Indian Hill. Like you said, Charlie, these guys have been working hard all spring. The guys that weren't playing spring sports were in the weight room, lifting. The motto for the team, going for a pass. We'll see if our great coverage by number 3. Pass was high. So Nick Heidel's picking up right where he left off last year, playing great pass coverage, being a great receiver. So the big challenge today, the real test I think for Indian Hill is going to be this North College Hill team. They always put together a fairly good squad. It appears that they've got a little more depth than Indian Hill. than Woodward today with them. Again, Charlie, the big thing that I noticed last year, they had about 48 guys dress for football, and that was both JV, varsity. Nice recovery by the quarterback on a bad snap. Today it looks like we got we're sitting right at it looks like about 65 to 70 players suited up today for Indian Hill. So that's a huge improvement on numbers. Football is all about numbers.
And a deep pass thrown by Woodward, but pass coverage double teamed number 10 out there, so it was incomplete.
And again, the Woodward line is letting the Indian Hill defense into the backfield pretty quickly. That quarterback had very little time to get that pass out. He's got a great arm. That was probably a good 30-yard pass, just a little overthrown into double coverage by Indian Hill, but it was a safe pass where it wasn't going to get picked off.
It looks like the Woodworth coaches have been talking with their players in the huddle for quite a while. I think they're trying to figure out new ways to get some bigger gains than the ones they've been getting.
So again, a three-man front. There's another holding call on this play, and they're still going to get him out of bounds before he can cross the line of scrimmage for about a 2-yard loss. So Indian Hill's definitely shown that they've got speed, they've got strength. If there's one area of concern, it's going to be size. And in the CHL, that's not a big thing. CHL is known for fast, athletic guys. They're not necessarily known as a conference that puts a lot of big 300-pounders on the line. That'll play well for Indian Hill. But when we're playing out of conference against teams like New Richmond and I'm not sure who we have on the schedule this year, but in the past we've played teams like Hamilton and bigger schools that have bigger players. The speed's going to come in handy, but size could potentially be an issue for them.
It's also good to see the athleticism make up for that in size. And I know the high schools had some recent renovations to their weight room, which is really good to hear.
Speaking of renovations, the other thing that you'll notice is that Indian Hill is wearing all black helmets this year. So Indian Hill's got all new helmets. Reed Eichholt's back on the first play with a nice pass out there, just overthrown. The difference between Eichholt's and Vanaski, the first thing that people will notice is that Eichholt's a big guy. He's 6'5 plus. He's probably 220. Danny's a younger guy, so and just hasn't put the weight on yet. But I guarantee you, Danny and Reed are going to work very well together. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them both playing a little. As Danny matures a little and as he learns the offensive schemes and the speed of high school ball. So North College Hill is stopping a run game right at the line of scrimmage. They're filling the holes very quickly.
A pretty hard hit on number 42 right at the line. See how they can avoid that next time.
So I know that Coach Vanaski is the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator. John Schneider is running the backs and kind of doing double duty on both sides of the line, working with the backs on the defense and on the offensive side. Coach Schneider has been responsible for all the weight room work. He's kind of helped develop a off-season plan for the Braves this year, and has done a great job of getting these guys fired up, committed, all in, and ready for the season. I believe, Charlie, the first game of the season is on, I believe it's Friday the 28th, or maybe Friday the 29th.
That seems about right.
Against New Richmond, and I believe that game is away this year. So the Braves are getting ready to run the third play of the second series from the 25 with Reed Eichholz in the backfield at quarterback rolling out, and you can see
Throws the lateral to number 8, but play is stopped.
Whistle was blown before he got that ball out. I like the fact that this is a preseason scrimmage. As soon as contact's made and forward progress is pretty much halted. That whistle in a regular season game was probably a little early, but I'd rather see them in a preseason game blow the whistle a little early, protect the players, make sure everyone goes into the season healthy. All three of these schools, cannot afford a lot of injuries. They start taking on injuries, and it changes the dynamics of the season very quickly. It's not like the bigger programs like a Moeller or St. X where they've got 100 guys on JV, 100 guys on varsity, 100 guys playing freshman ball. We've got 70. We got roughly 70. We roughly got about 70 players from freshmen through seniors. It's a fairly small senior class this year, I believe. Junior class is a pretty good size. Sophomore class is huge, and the freshman class is probably the biggest class for the Braves this year.
Like you said, this is a relatively young team. We did lose a lot of seniors in numbers last year. But also in previous years, I've seen they've stacked a lot of really big men on the line, but I don't believe we have any of that this year, which is why, as you said, the athleticism comes in handy.
And no one picked up that end for Vanaski, and he just gets hammered in the backfield. So they very quickly had Reed run about 5 plays and then brought Vanaski back in.
Looks to me like North College Hill is proving a little bit of a bigger test than Woodward for the Braves.
Well, and historically, North College Hill has always had a good program. Like Indian Hill, it's a small program, but if you look at the numbers, they've actually got more numbers than Woodward. The community's come out and really supported the club, the football program nicely. Coach Acaria, when he was named the new head coach back in the spring, immediately set up the Touchdown Club, which is a new kind of subset of the Booster Club. It's specifically for football, and is doing a great job of just kind of getting community involvement. Received a lot of donations quickly. Thus the reason the weight room's been completely redone. And I can tell you from having sons work out in that weight room, a son that was a senior this past year who used the weight room all summer. It's a fabulous weight room. Many of the bigger schools in the area would love to have the facilities and equipment that the Braves now have in their weight room. Braves are getting all outfitted with new uniforms, new helmets this year. What they're wearing right now is last year's kind of varsity uniforms, which are being retired, kind of their practice gear now.
And also, Coach Arcuri hosted the event Hits on the Hill about a week or two ago. And it was really just an open practice just for the fans to see how the football team's doing, gather some hype for the team. It's really something we've never had before, and it's really good to see. Looks like another penetration from the North College Hill line, stopping the Indian Hill running in the backfield.
That was a miss snap. The ball actually went on the ground. Vanaski had to pick it up. By the time he picked it up, they were whistling the play dead. He thought quickly to try to pitch it outside, obviously, but the play was already whistled dead there, Charlie. So, Charlie, you know, what we spoke about with Woodward didn't capitalize on it much, but we did notice that Woodward was getting in our backfield. They just didn't necessarily have the size, speed, and strength that North College Hill has. And the Braves have had this series of 10 have had a really, really hard time moving the ball. I think we maybe had two plays that we had positive yardage.
And it looks like the Braves are making the transition to defense. So it'll be interesting to see how they compare to the offense with College Hill.
Yeah, it's not by the equipment, thank goodness. So the Braves are back on defense. Again, you know, a different offense this time. It's going to be a much more athletic, much more solid offensive line than what they faced against Woodward. It'll be interesting to see how the Braves do against North College Hill here. Quick screen pass out to number 1, and he's up the field for with a fumble. Braves recover it. So that was a great screen pass to number 1 by the quarterback, very quick. Nobody on that outside. He quickly gets up the field for 7, but is unable to hold on to the ball when hit by a flock of Braves. So, you know, Charlie, one of the great things about this is, you know, you and I both are volunteers doing this television broadcast for the Braves. You're a student here at Indian Hill. I'm a parent. And we have our cameramen and our directors who are all students. And this has all been possible. And one graduate.
It looks like we got number 67, Sammy Shamus, on the line. He's one of the bigger folks you can see in the Braves defensive line. Compared next.
Sammy.
Yeah.
Let's see if Sammy gets in. He's playing a little nose. Let's see how he does against the center.
Compared to Nick Saba, who's right next to him.
Nick's playing nose. Yeah. Sammy's playing tackle.
Some nice blocking from North College Hill, but the running back is taken down around the 30.
So, Charlie, one of the great things about Indian Hill is, you know, you've got guys like Mr. Ginn and Mr. Dubs who have done a great job of putting together equipment for the Indian Hill Television Network, which is a volunteer club here at Indian Hill that's run by students with the help of Mr. Dupps and other volunteers who graciously donate time and energy to make this possible, from the graphics to the scoreboard to our broadcasting equipment here in the booth.
Looks like number 12, the North College Hill quarterback, dodging around a couple defensive players, but ultimately brought down before he gets across the line of scrimmage.
So a little side note here, you know, Indian Hill has usually around 120 kids graduating. This past year, we had 2 players make it into the NFL, Teddy Bolzer and Bo Cordell. Bo has been cut by his NFL team, but Teddy Bolzer actually had his first NFL reception for the Redskins last week, and will be facing the Bengals in preseason action this week, coming home to face the Bengals. We'll see if hopefully Teddy can make Indian Hill Braves proud. I'm sure Coach Akiri will try to get Teddy to come in and talk to the guys this weekend if he's available. Those guys don't get a whole lot of time, but I know Teddy has a heart for this program. He has a heart for Coach Akiri, who coached him as an assistant coach under Coach Seipel back in the day. But for a small school like Indian Hill to get two guys from the same graduating class to make it into the NFL, that's a pretty big feat.
Yeah, I've heard Ted's been doing pretty well. I actually heard that Bo signed with the CFL, so it'll be nice to see him playing in Canada.
That'll be good.
I can't say I know which team, however.
Big hit in the middle. Braves catch the receiver number 1 at the line of scrimmage on a screen pass.
Looks like so far the Braves defense has been holding up pretty well against the North College Hill team.
Who's the coach back here in the Hatton?
Contrary to what we've seen on the other side of the play, Braves offense couldn't really get anywhere, but it looks like
Coach Reed?
North College Hill is having the same situation.
The one with the hats, Coach Reed? So the Braves defense has been doing well.
And it looks like the quarterback tried to run it, but he slipped, and then the whistle was called.
You know, one of the things you can hear that the Indian Hill coaches are yelling out to those linebackers. You know, first rule is for an end is containment. If you're a little over aggressive in your pursuit, you can get burnt. Reed Eicholtz got lucky there, and the quarterback slipped, cutting away. But Reed was definitely behind the play and kind of got himself out of position. So let's see how they respond to that. So it's a handoff up the right side for North College Hill. He stops short of the line of scrimmage.
It's looking to me like North College Hill's kind of running into the same problem that Indian Hill had against their defense, just really a blockage of the line, which really shows just how well this defensive line works together. And we got the motion in the backfield.
It's on the
motion in the backfield. However, the pitch is unsuccessful.
There's Coach Eli yelling, "Great pursuit."
And that would be a loss of about 5 or 10 yards for North College Hill.
Great blocking by North College Hill. The quarterback's forced to get that pass out. It's a little behind his receiver, who does an attempt at making a behind-the-back catch.
And looks like that'll be at the end of the defensive series for Indian Hill.
Indian Hill's coming off the field. That's they're done with their first round of 10-play scrimmage format here. North College Hill is going to be going on defense, facing Woodward. I'd keep filming. Better safe than sorry. So I almost didn't recognize our AD, our new AD, Jeff Zitteron, down there with the sunglasses on the top of his head. Pretty sure that's he's got a shaved head this fall.
He's got to run. He's got to hit the hole. He's dancing. You know what I'm saying? He should be in and on. I hear the thud up here, so I know they're making contact.
So Indian Hill's on a break here, but you can see that it's a working break. The Braves are talking to the coaches, talking about what they did well, what they did poorly, getting ready for the next round of this scrimmage today.
And the first play for Woodward.
So delayed handoff to the fullback,
Big pile up back there.
who's hit at the 19 for a loss of 6. I think if you're the Woodward coach, that snap was a little delayed. The quarterback was a little late in dropping back for the handoff.
I've been seeing these Woodworth coaches taking a lot of time to really talk to their players and figure out what's going on. Looks like they're trying to figure out what's going to work and what they can improve on.
You know, Woodward's here with, it looks like about 20 players. So they definitely are the smallest squad here today. They're holding their own. Quarterback's under center. He pitches it out to number 22, who comes around the end and picks up about 3 on the play. It was probably one of the best offensive plays that they've had.
I was really surprised to see really just how small Woodward was, and like you said, with a squad of just about 20 players, I think you're going to see a lot of them playing both sides of the line.
23 is going off the field with what looks like a stinger. So we have the Trojans and the Bulldogs out on the field right now. The Trojans are quickly in the backfield, but number 22 quickly makes a cut. He's hit basically at the line of scrimmage, but there is a holding call on the play.
Oh my gosh.
So is this live? How do you do it, like on the internet? Or is it on TV or is it on the internet?
It'll be on TV. It's not right now. They're just working on practicing their cameras and working on making sure this is all working. But all our home games get televised. I think you'll have more viewers than
I don't know how many viewers we have, so it could either be 1 million people or is it 10, 20.
I know the lacrosse games got watched a lot. You know, but there's 2 ways of watching this broadcast. One on, one online at the Braves athletic website, and 2 on cable. So number 4 rolls out, and that was actually a great play by the quarterback. Nice rollout. He made a nice pass. His receiver just kind of lost track of where the ball was and ran right past it.
Looks like they'll have to take a little bit of a jog all the way back to the 25.
So Woodward's still on offense. So these types of scrimmages are always great for the officials, too, to kind of get their legs back underneath them, kind of get the cobwebs out of their whistles. Quarterback rolls out to his right and is hit for about a 10-yard loss.
And it looks like there's another flag down.
Illegal block on on the Bulldogs.
It's also good to see while both teams are in their huddles clearly discussing what kind of play they're going to run next. The Indian Hill team, they're all taking a knee by the sideline, respectfully watching them. Just a level of sportsmanship that really projects a positive image on the program.
Quarterback up under center. He's makes a handoff to the running back who's hit for a 6-yard loss.
You got 3 or 4 guys on him.
And the Woodward coaches are talking to the quarterback. If we had instant replay, what you'd see there is the quarterback kind of handed the ball off and stood in the way of his running back. He kind of handed it and stood there. Running back ran into him, and that's a inexperienced offense, I'm sure, and they're just learning.
But now's really the time to learn. When you're playing against another team just for exhibition, you got to figure out what's not going well and what is.
North College Hill in the backfield very quickly.
Whistle blown before the runner's down. Kind of kept going.
So for the 3 squads that we see, actually all three of the squads all kind of have the same issues. And that's probably their offensive line is the one that's in the most need of help. You can see that all 3 of the defenses today have pretty much been able to penetrate the line and get back into the pocket. Your more athletic teams have been able to, pitch out to the outside or scramble to get outside. We've seen very, very little passing today, and I'm sure that's by design. So we've got a pitch up the middle, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage.
Woodward coach really calling at his players to bring it in together. And looks like another big pile up before the line of scrimmage, with the defensive line penetrating into the backfield. And it looks like we've got a couple squad changes for North College Hill. I think they're transitioning into their offense. I'm kind of interested to see how many Woodward players really play both sides of the ball. Because it's those kind of players you can really count on if they can hold up their end on both sides.
Well, while we have a little bit of break in the action here today, Charlie, if we look over to our right, you'll see that Indian Hill is dumping a lot of money into their athletic facilities, building a new baseball and softball complex. It's been long overdue. Both those programs have had a lot of success. It's good to see that they're putting money into the infrastructure. They will probably have one of the nicest baseball, softball complexes in the city, if not the nicest, but definitely the nicest in the CHL. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it will get a lot of use by the youth programs here in Indian Hill, as well as some of the select teams that are always looking for places to play.
Yeah, and the fields don't look particularly pretty right now because they're all torn up. But I'm sure it's going to look great once it's finished around spring 2015.
Well, they've got real dugouts built now.
It looks like another stop in the backfield for North College Hill.
No, that would be Woodward with the stop in the backfield. Woodward's on defense now, Charlie. So you can see North College Hill's having the same issue that Woodward was. The offensive line is going to be where I think all three of these teams probably focus their attention over the next week based on what we've seen so far. None of them have, I would say probably the biggest offensive lineman that we've seen out there today is probably maybe 215, 220, which in the Cincinnati area for high school sports, that may sound big, but you got programs like Muller that are putting 4 guys on that offensive line that are pushing 300 pounds all the time, and teams like St. X, Turpin, obviously your bigger schools. So all three of these teams will be relying on their athleticism and their quickness to hopefully catch defenses by surprise. Pitch out. Yeah, that's a fact. So Woodward's going to get called for a face mask there. You can see that number 23 was going in for the tackle, came in a little high, reached out, grabbed his face mask. Yep. Anytime you see the ball carrier's head whipped to the side, it's pretty much going to get called as a face mask. So North College Hill is running a man in motion, handoff up the middle for about a 1-yard gain.
Looked to me like some of the Woodward players were dropping a little further back than I've seen them.
Well, if you would have noticed, North College Hill, Charlie, was running 4 receivers. They sent one of the receivers in motion, and I think that pulled the Woodward defense back a little bit to cover the pass game. So let's see what North College Hill goes into here. They're 1 receiver to the right, 3 receivers left, 1 back, quarterback in the shotgun position. Takes the snap, quick screen pass out to his left.
Nice
Number
grab.
1 up the field, who's still up on top and is hit from behind at about the 42-yard line. That was a great execution on that play by North College Hill. I think the running back delayed a little after he made that first spin because he heard a whistle. I think it was an inadvertent whistle. I think they thought he was stopped, but when he kind of spun and got loose, I think they wanted to let him go.
And I think that play was probably one of the biggest offensive games we've really seen from North College Hill today.
So North College Hill running twins right and left, soul back, 1 in motion, up the sweep to the left, and he's down at the line of scrimmage. So Woodward does a great job of covering that sweep to the left. So out of the offenses today, Charlie, so far, North College Hill has probably shown the most diversity. They've run probably 5 different setups. They've run some spread. They've run a little bit of the eye. We've got 3 receivers to the right, 1 left. Quarterback in the shotgun. Snap. Pass up the middle, and it's almost picked off by Woodward.
Some deep coverage by Woodward there. You said before, especially from Indian Hill, it was a lot more running plays, but I think North College Hill is trying to balance the running and passing plays here
Yeah,
as they get to the second half of their series.
We definitely Indian Hill definitely ran everything from under center. Woodward ran all their offensive plays from under center. North College Hill's done both under center and in the shotgun. These last 4 plays have all been in the shotgun. They're running twins left and right this time.
Looks like they're going to go shotgun again.
Receiver in motion, handoff to number 1, who's going to sweep it out to the right side, up the field, out of bounds at about the 30.
Nice blocking from College Hill. Allowed him to really dodge that and get some extra yards.
So, Charlie, this is a good day for us, too, to just kind of get our legs back under us for the broadcasting so that we can do the play-by-play and the color commentary. North College Hill lining up with twin receivers left and right. Man in the shotgun with a deep pass. Does he make a connection? And he connects.
He does.
This one goes for a touchdown. That's definitely the longest play of the day by any of the squads. Technically, that would be a 75-yard touchdown reception by number 1.
Really well placed pass just over the receiver's shoulder. And I think he was just ahead of the defensive back enough to really just get that extra sprint all the way to the end zone.
So you can hear the Woodward coaches tell them if they ever let them get behind them like that again, that they will never play defense again. Woodward coach is not happy with that defensive play.
Certainly some of the more animated coaches we've seen today.
Jack, are you ready for the ramen every single day college life?
So North College Hill is going with the twins left and right again, out of the shotgun formation, number 12. And it's going to be a short pass to about the 30, and the receivers hit at about the 27-yard line.
The important thing is to make your socks that are clean, not clean, and distinguishable.
So Charlie, I'm going to give you some homework here before school gets underway. We've got 2 weeks to go before that first home opener game against New Richmond. Watch a lot of football, so we're ready for our broadcast that night.
That'll be an interesting game just to really get the season into full.
So North College Hill's running twins, man in motion, fake handoff, reversed up the left side by number 2. So when we come out of this set of plays, Charlie, the next set of plays will be a lot of fun for us because it's going to be downs and distance. So each team will keep the ball as long as they get the first down and gets the distance. Turnovers will be turnovers, and we'll be done. One of the cameramen up here is a football player who's waiting for his paperwork to clear. Do you know are they doing 4 plays and out, or are they do? Okay, 3 sequences. So it'll be a little more real time. So as we go into what would be kind of a halftime, and they're going to bring the chains out, have guys running chains. So we're going to go off air here for a little bit, Charlie, and take a little bit of a break. I think we're going to have probably about a 5-minute time here for the teams to kind of catch their breath, get some water. Indian Hill's going to warm up a little, and
I was going to bring water, and I was going to break
if we can find any. We do have concession stuff.
I'm taking a break.
Kyle's gone. Scott, I guess we're taking a break.
Just said 5 minutes.
Well, the announcers just signed off for kind of halftime. Kyle is out of the room.
I mean, it looks like they're setting stuff up and doing stuff. Nothing to do with us.
I'm gonna go off headset for the
I'm taking my headset off too.
one person. You're going down there, buy me a water.
Alright.
Put it in the bag, boy.
What?
Put it in the bag, boy.
Huh? I'll leave it like this.
I'm just gonna screw. Shouldn't be that. Shouldn't be that.
What is y'all talking about? Look here. What is y'all talking about? That's for you, gay. No. I get paid for helping you do this.
You do what?
I get paid. Huh? That's this football game
Tell him I
watching us
said
play.
no.
Yes, I am. Online, I am on football game. I'm just not playing. Who? What?
Scott, do you have any PSAs lined up? Scott?
I didn't.
Is anyone down there? What's it like? No, I missed one. I'm filming. I think this should still be running, so let's start.
And it looks like we're back with Indian Hill taking their first play against Woodward again. We got the new format. We got the chains out now. So we're on second down around the 20, 27, 28-yard line. Handoff down the middle, but he's stopped by a bunch of Woodward players.
So, Charlie, you heard Coach Schneider yelling at the line to get their head across the defender so that they're doing good blocks. That first play, blocking was about mediocre.
Those guys are getting cloudier around here. I hope it doesn't rain on them.
Handoff up the right side by number 4.
That's Jason Littman on the carry.
So they're going with the freshman quarterback on this first series of plays, Danny Vanaski.
After we took that break there, we changed the format of the scrimmage a little bit. Now we actually have down markers and the chains. And now we actually can get a gain of yards or a loss of yards.
So it's 4th and 4. Indian Hill's punting. And it's a punt to the 40. So they're going to let the guys punt, but there's no returns. So it looks like Woodward will take over on downs. And we're running 3 series, so that means we're going to run 3 sets of offense and defense. So you'll see Indian Hill on the offensive side 3 times. You'll see Woodward on the offensive side 3 times. So Woodward's starting on their 40, where they received the ball.
We were supposed to get lunch like 5 minutes ago.
And
He just bought himself lunch and he was like, oh, Jack doesn't matter. Even though he's being the hero. He can get his own lunch, right?
so 55, I believe, is Michael Anderson. Is that nose? Woodward up the middle, and their running back gets probably 2 yards before he's stopped. The ball's going to be spotted at the 42-yard line.
Looks like we got
So 2nd and 8.
looks like we got 67, Sammy Shamus out there once again.
Swig. That's swig.
I think we also have Anthony Johnson on the defensive line again.
Sammy Shama is definitely going to be our largest defensive lineman this year. As the Braves are going up the middle, it's back for a pass, and the quarterback's hit for about an 8-yard loss. So it's going to be 3rd and 15. I'm sorry, about a 7-yard loss. See where they spot this ball. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 36-yard line. So it's going to be a loss of 6, and it'll be 3rd and 14 for the Bulldogs. So Woodward's going with trips right. Quarterback in the shotgun position. They're running 2 receivers. And
Play a stop before the snap.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too many men on the field for Woodward. So they're going to rerun this play. I was wondering how they were going to have 5 receivers out there, but I'm not quick enough at counting. So trips right. Quarterback in the shotgun position. Indian Hill with the blitz and
Long
hits the
throw.
quarterback, and great defense by number 18.
It's a really nice throw, but the defensive coverage just
Actually, number
swarmed to the receiver.
10 on that pass breakup, which is Ben Corangle, a junior. That was great defense by Mr. Corangle. So 4th and 15 for the Bulldogs here.
I think they're
They're going to punt the ball.
got a number of people coming off the field for the
Number
play.
6 is back to receive the punt for Indian Hill.
Oh, God, we just went over this.
And looks like the whistle's blown before the play can get off again.
I think Indian Hill's being called for too many men on the field. But they're not. I think it threw the official off when Indian Hill dropped with 2 players back, number 10 and number 6. Number 6 with the reception at the 40. So a 25-yard punt by the Woodward Bulldogs. Indian Hill takes over on downs here from their 40. So it looks like they're going to start. We're going to have Reed Eichholtz take the snaps this series. Under center, so you're probably going to see a lot of running, 2 backs. It's a handoff up the middle to number 42, who's brought down for about a 5-yard carry. So it'll be the Braves ball, 2nd and 5 on the 45. So Reed Eichholtz taking the snap under center, 2 backs.
Looks like they're going to line up with 1 receiver out on the left.
Handoff up the right side to number 42 for about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and about 3. Let's see where they spot this ball. So we're 3rd and 3.
Looks like they got 1 receiver out on the right now.
Up the left side this time, and he stops short of the first down at about the 49.5. So it'll be 4th and short. Will the Braves go for it? Or are they going to punt? Braves are punting. Looks like Nick Heidel's is going to be punting this ball for the Braves.
Didn't look like initially Woodward had anyone back to receive the punt.
And that ball's down to about the 16-yard line. So Woodward will start their offensive play from the 16. So this year with our broadcast, you'll notice just like at NFL and college games, we have a hovercraft filming from the sky for us this year. It's hovering right now over about the 45-yard line at about an altitude of above the field of about 40 feet. So hopefully we can get some great footage this year from the sky.
And if you look, you can see Mr. Dupps and Mr. Steve Ginn over in the other end zone on the right controlling it all the way from over there.
So the Braves got Eichholtz trying to penetrate and great pass coverage.
Looked like 23 was open for a little bit, but I think number 4 slightly overthrew it. So it ended up going out of bounds.
Can we get some angles from the camera in the sky? No feed from the sky.
How come I haven't seen anybody showing the video from that?
Did you watch Braves game?
And looks like number 4 is going to be
Did you watch it on Friday?
brought down shortly past the 20 for about a 1 or 2 yard gain there.
So how come we can't see the video?
Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 9. Woodward coming off from the 21-yard line.
So Woodward's running trips right
He can't get
with a receiver to the left. And great pass coverage by number 6 there. Great penetration at the line by Reed Eicholtz.
And it looks like Woodward's going to have to punt again. They got their special teams unit coming onto the field right now.
So Woodward back punting from their about the 7-yard line. Snaps high, goes right to the end line. And Woodward's going to take it back into the end zone for the safety. So Indian Hill's going to start this set of plays from their 50-yard line. Mr. Gens bringing his camera back down to earth.
He only has 20 batteries. Show off. Or he only has 2 batteries and each one only lasts 100 minutes.
So the Braves are back on offense with Danny Vanaski under center here.
Like
Lone receiver to the right, 2 backs.
Looks like they're taking it from the 50-yard line. I think they just avoided the kickoff and decided to start it there.
He should definitely do it. For the good of education.
Handoff to number 4, Jason Lippman, who's brought down just past the line of scrimmage.
About a 1-yard gain there.
Sponsor passing.
Brings it to 2nd and 9.
We're not sponsored. What are the people we like show company midgets?
So they're marking that at about a half-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and about 9.5 yards to go. Vanaski under center, drops back for the pass. He wings it out to number 18, who almost catches it. And we're going to have a flag on the play.
Ball was bobbled around a little bit between 19.
Pass interference on Woodward. The ball is going to be spotted at the 25-yard line, or no, I guess they're not running penalties. Or are they? Oh, they are. So this should be a 10-yard penalty. $15-yard penalty for pass interference. So the Braves are going to have it first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Vanaski under center, lone receiver to the left. And we're probably going to be called for false start. No, offsides on Woodward.
So that'll bring the Braves up another 5 yards.
It's a little crowded up here, but we'll be fine during the season. We need to figure out how to broadcast from the hovercraft. Probably not. So Vanaski under center, 2 backs, lone receiver to the right. It's a handoff up the center by number 1, who picks up about 5 yards.
And looks like that'll move the chains.
No, they're going to.
No, no.
They're spotting this. That should be a first down. Should be a first down. They've marked it past the 25. They're going to measure it.
No, like, is it naturally or just
Like I said, part of this scrimmage also is a great opportunity for the officials to practice their trait and bring it out to measure this. I'm pretty sure the Braves are going to have the first down. They only needed to get to the 25. You can see on the camera here that ball is definitely past the 25 by about a half a ball length. So it's going to be first down Braves at the 25. So first down and 25 to go. So Vanaski's running the play into his offense here. Running Nick Heidel out at the right side. 2 backs. Vanaski under center. It's a handoff to number 42, who runs it up the middle for about we'll see where they spot it. I think they're going to give him about 5 yards on that. So 5 yards on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 5. The Braves break into the red zone for the first time this season, this first scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like number 80 coming onto the field for the Braves. Looks like they're going to go with Heidel on the outside again.
Heidel wide, Vanaski under center, drops back for the pass. He throws it up as he's hit.
Knocked down, kind of threw it on the way down.
And you can see the coaches aren't real happy with that execution of that play. The offensive line didn't give Vanaski much time. Vanaski makes a freshman mistake of trying to throw that ball up. It didn't cost us anything. But you can see that the quarterback coach, Coach Vanaski, is telling Vanaski to be a little more smart.
But I think in that kind of situation, I think you'd rather take the incomplete pass than get a sack.
So it's 3rd and 5. Lone receiver to the left. Handoff to number 4, Jason Littman, who's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. The Braves aren't going to convert on this first red zone offense. And it's 4th and 5. Probably in a normal game. I don't know who their kicker is this year. They'd probably be going for a field goal. I'm sure today they're just going to probably go for it. So the Braves have done a good job of moving the ball against Woodward. I'm going to be interested to see how well they do moving the ball up the field against North College Hill, as I think that's probably a better gauge. Vanaski back in the pocket for pass outside. We're to the 20, 10, 5 before number 1 goes down. Great execution on that. Vanaski looked to his right, then looked left and saw the open receiver and passed the ball for about a 15-yard gain. It's 1st and goal for the Braves, the first time this season. And they switch out the quarterback. Reed Eichholz is bringing the ball in. He's going to be the quarterback, and I think we'll probably see them. So Nick Heidel is lining up to the left, two backs. Eichholz, that's what I thought. Eicholz is going to keep the ball up the middle for a quarterback sneak for about a 3-yard gain.
Looks like that'll bring them about
2nd and goal with about 2 to go. No, actually, they've marked this at the 1. 1.5 to go. Eicholz under center, 2 backs. Eicholz keeps it again, and he's across the end zone.
And that's the first Braves touchdown of this scrimmage here, and really of the season. So looks like the ball is going to go back to Woodward.
So I'm going to make a guess that we're going to see that a lot this season, Charlie. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Vanaski out there early in the drives, and then they bring Eicholz in, or you'll see Eicholz start, maybe take it up to the middle of the field with the running game, bring Vanaski in for the passing game.
I do still think it's been a little bit more running focused so far today. It looks like they're going to go for the field goal with Heidel kicking it.
Nick Heidel with the field goal.
And the kick is good.
So on the sideline with the Braves today, you can see Dr. Kremchek down there. Dr. Kremchek's son is playing basketball up at Wittenberg. Dr. Kremchek and his crew at Beacon Orthopedics does a great job of taking care of the Braves football team. Always has, always very attentive to the health of our players. When there is a problem, they're seen very quickly, and Dr. Kremchek and his team do a great job of trying to get players back into playing condition, whether it be for football or basketball or any of the sports. Our trainer's been with us for a long, long time, Terry. She's always on the sideline. Doesn't matter what season it is. She's just about at every single Braves game, whether it's girls field hockey or soccer or men's soccer and football in the fall, volleyball games.
Looks like Woodward's going to pitch it out, but the ball is fumbled and brought down for a little bit of a loss.
Anthony Johnson coming off the field after that play. Then a little bit of talking to from Coach Akiri. So it's 2nd and 15 for Woodward on this play. Woodward has not had a whole lot of positive yardage today in this set of the offensive series. So the quarterback's up under center with 3 backs. It's a pitch up the middle. And he's hit at the about the 15-yard line for a gain of maybe an inch. Nope, they gave him a yard on that carry. So the ball's on the 16. It's 3rd and 14. Nick Heidl's in the left corner. You've got pretty sure number 7's Dawson Eichholtz playing middle linebacker. It's a pass, the quarterback scrambling, and he's dropped at the line of scrimmage.
Wish his arm out to get that little extra inch there.
So it's going to be 4th and 14 to go for Woodward.
Looks like they're going to punt, get their special teams unit on the field.
They got number 25 back for reception as Woodward punts from their 2-yard line. And it's caught by number 25 at about the 42. So that'll end this series with Woodward. And the Braves are coming back. You'll see North College Hill come out on the field. The Braves offense coming back out. We'll start this ball, I think, at the 25-yard line or the 20. I can't remember where we started the last time. So it'll be Braves 1st and 10 at the 20. So the advantage that North College Hill has is they got to watch the Braves run their offense through 3 series.
Now they got some fresh legs.
They also got to watch the Braves run their defense through 3 series. Let's see how the Braves execute offensively here against North College Hill. No, they're starting this ball at the 30. So it's 1st and 10 at the 30 for the Braves. Eicholt's under center, and they're running it right up the middle. And Eicholtz carries the ball up the middle for about a 7-yard gain. Nope, an 8-yard gain. They mark it at the 38-yard line.
So that'll bring us down to about 2nd and 2.
I would almost like to see them run Vanaski at quarterback, Eicholtz at fullback, and see what that type of offense looks like. Hand off to number 42. He's going to be hit for about a loss of a yard. So it's going to be 3rd and 3.
Looks more like 2.5.
Scoreboard doesn't hold 2.5, Charlie, so we'll call it 3rd and 3. Oh, wait, we're not using the scoreboard today, are we? Eicholtz up under center. I'm sure he's going to keep this ball and just go right up. Nope, they're going to hand it off to Libman, who gets the first down and gets to about the 41-yard line. It's going to be first down for the Braves at the 41-yard line. This running game, I like the way this running game's looking.
Yeah, I think they've been taking advantage of it really today.
So I think if you ran Vanaski at quarterback, Eicholtz as a fullback or a halfback, then you could run the Wildcat, and that would put teams a little off balance because Eicholtz can throw the ball, so he can take a direct snap. Obviously, Vanaski can throw the ball. He's a little undersized to be charging up the middle with the size line that we have.
And I know in past years I've seen Reed Eccles as more of really a running back. Well, not a running back, but a running quarterback.
Braves get North College Hill to jump offside, so they're going to pick up 5 yards here. It'll be about
at the 46-yard line. That'll make
first and 5. It's a famous John Schneider play.
Ooh.
That handoff's hit hard at the line of scrimmage and dropped for about a 2-yard loss. Indian Hill didn't get any blocking on that. Eicholtz keeps it, scrambles, he's loose, and he makes it to about the 50-yard line before he's brought down short of the first down. So we'll be 3 inches. 3 and a yard, I guess they're going to mark it. I thought he got past the 50-yard line there, Charlie. What do you think?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think he got past it too, though.
So, Charlie, how do you like starting school almost 2 weeks earlier than usual?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was definitely a shorter summer than we all anticipated, and it kind of came up on us fast. But I think it'll be good to end earlier.
Hand off to number 1 up the middle for about a 10-yard gain. So the Braves are marching up the field with the running game. It's going to be 1st and 10 at about the 39-yard line. So I like how this running game's working against North College Hill.
Yeah, so far they're doing pretty well against that defense that they had trouble with earlier today.
Eicholtz up under center. We've got 2 backs, a lone receiver to the left.
Looks like
And
Shamus
he's passing, and the pass is up and incomplete. Number 88 gets his hands on it and just couldn't hold on to it.
And right as the play started going, you saw Sammy Shamus come off the field for Indian Hill.
So Jake Corangle was in position to make that catch. That was a nice pass by Reed Eichholz. Just couldn't hold on to it. It was great coverage by North College Hill. But that was a nice little change-up for the Braves offense, who's taken it up the field for the first couple of first downs this series on the running game. So Eichholz breaks the huddle. They line up. Number 3's Nick Heidel is the lone receiver to the left. We have 2 backs. Eichholz up under center, takes the snap, handoff to number 4, who takes on the outside up the line. It looks like he's right to the 30. This is going to be close to another first down for the Braves.
Nice.
It'll depend on where they mark it.
Nice solid run by Jason Littman once again. Looked like to me he should be able to move the chains with that.
Now they're going to have it. It's going to be 3rd and inches. So I would say they're bringing Vanaski in for this play. So they're definitely running a scripted set of plays here, because you would think with short and inches that they would have gone straight up the middle with Eichholz, but they're bringing Vanaski in, who hands it off to number 1, who gets the first down. Would have liked to see number 1 stretch out a little more on that carry. Kind of went to his knees and just kind of sat there as opposed to stretching out. It could have very easily gone the other way, but he gets the first down. We're at about the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Braves. Vanaski is the quarterback. He's lining up under center with 2 backs, 1 receiver to the left. Vanaski's going for the pass. Nice little pass to number 1.
Bobbled and dropped it.
And it's bobbled and dropped by. Say that was Jake Corangle? Okay. So we're not sure who number 1 is. I'm going to take a guess it's either a freshman or a sophomore. I probably have about a 60% chance of being right. Because I think 60% of the roster is freshmen and sophomores. So Jake Corangle wide out. We got 2 receivers to the left, 1 running back in motion. Snap, Eichholz with up the middle. Great carry by number 1 for the Braves. That puts the ball on the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Braves are in the red zone again, marching up the field. So they're going to leave Reed Eichholz in. You got Nick Heidel to the left as the lone receiver. 2 backs, Eichholz up under center. He hands the ball off to number 1, who's up the middle for a gain of about 3 yards. So the Braves have shown a couple different things here. They've shown that they can switch quarterbacks, go to the passing game with Vanaski, that they're able to move the ball very effectively on the running game. Reed's coming back out with the play for the offense here, and we're about 2nd and 8, maybe 2nd and 7. Eichholz up under center, Nick Heidel to the right, sole receiver, 2 backs. It's handed off to Jason Littman, who swings out to the right side, gets some blocks, and makes it up to about the 6-yard line. So we'll be 3rd, and it looks like about 1. 3rd and 1 to go. As Evan Pugh, number 50, comes off the field. So Eichholz is up under center again for this play. Got Nick Heidel to the left. 2 backs, Littman and number 42, who we haven't figured out, who gets the handoff up the middle for a gain of about 4 yards. It'll be 1st and goal, Braves.
Looks like they're on about the 3-yard line at this point.
So they're going to continue with the running game here. Nope, they bring Vanaski in, but they've got Eichholz out there. Oh, look at this. Eichholz is going to line up as a tight end. Banaski takes the snap, hands it off. It's up Lippman in the end zone for the Braves.
I think they wanted to just get Reed in there for some extra blocking. Obviously, Lippman running off to the left. Very well executed play there.
So Reed Eichholz showing very quickly in this preseason game that he can play several different positions, whether it's defense, offense, at quarterback, on the line.
He's an all-around player.
Nick Heidel for the extra point, and it's good.
Yeah, Coach. No, I was just telling you, I was calling you earlier to just tell you, make sure you watch DeMarco, because he's been in there for a while. Yeah, I mean, he should be rested now.
So the Braves are going to go on defense here. The Braves have been the only squad to score in this set of.
Are you playing College Hill? You playing North College Hill?
Now we've yet to see another one of our big players, number 68, Darren Reynolds, over there on the sideline.
What grade's Darrell Reynolds in?
He's a senior this year.
Senior.
We've got yet to see him, even though he's one of our bigger guys. I'm interested to see if Arcuri will attempt to get some other fresher legs in.
So it looks like we're going to run Michael Anderson at nose. It looks like Anthony Johnson's going to be at right tackle. Reed Eichholz at left tackle. Looks like Nick Heidel's going to be playing corner. Got Jake Korangel. Looks like he's going to be playing linebacker. Nope. Yeah, he's playing left, outside linebacker left.
And a nice outside pass to number 1 for North College Hill.
For a gain of about 15. It'll be first and ball at about the 44 or 45 yard line. Depends on where they mark it. They're going to mark it at the 44. So first and 10 for North College Hill on that play. North College Hill's lining up again in that shotgun position. They're running trips. Nope, they're running trips to the right. Snap, quick screen pass to number 1, who's bringing it up the field, who's quickly caught, and
similar to the last play, really, just on the other side.
Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 46-yard line. So that's a gain of about 2 for the Trojans. So College Hill's running twins to the right and left. Receiver in motion, number 6. Handoff up the middle to number 2 for a gain of about,
I think 7 or 8.
7 or 8 yards. Got the Indian Hill defense sleeping on that play. They were in pass coverage. Quickly picked up.
Glick's going to be about 3rd and 3 from the 52.
See if the defense can hold here.
Actually, you can hear the coaches. They're very vocal.
They're gonna measure this one, I think. He's right there.
It's going to be close.
First down, College Hill. So the ball's on the 46-yard line as the Trojans are marching up the field. Braves defense here has really given up a lot on the run. Again, we haven't seen a lot of passing yet. Got Twins to the pass.
Number 1 again.
And the ball
Hey,
is fumbled. Recovered by the Braves. There is a flag on the play. We're probably going to have a holding call.
Caught out of the air by Reed Eccles. If the play stands, that'll be a turnover on downs, and the Braves will go back to offense. However, subject change.
So it was holding on North College Hill. The Braves declined the penalty. The Braves will take over on offense here at about the 40. Looks like they're going to take over at the 44-yard line.
I think we just go into 2
So the Braves are going to go with Danny Vanaski at quarterback this play. Jason Lippman's coming off the field. Braves are running a lone receiver to the right, 2 backs. Vanaski up under center. It's a handoff to the left.
He's going to get pulled down.
And 42 just needed to put the accelerator on there and quickly gets caught at about the 45-yard line for a gain of about 1.
Looks like they're going to line up with 16 on the outside.
So Vanaski's up under center with lone receiver to the right, 2 backs. It's a quick rollout. It's a pass to 87, the tight end, who quickly gets up the field to about the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down Braves for about a 14-yard gain.
That'll bring him around the 40-yard line. And the 41-yard.
They mark it at the 41. So it's a 13-yard gain for the Braves. Be first and 10. So Vanaski up under center, got a lone receiver to the right.
It's number 16 out there.
It's going to be a handoff up to the left side to number 1, who gets quickly caught up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe good for a gain of about 1. Vanaski's going to take the snap again. Vanaski up under center with 3 backs.
He's going to throw it to 16, but it's a little overthrown.
Again, one of the things that I'm noticing, Charlie, is that offensively, we need to get our quarterbacks a little more time. It doesn't matter if it's Reed in there or Vanaski under center. They're not getting a lot of time. That's probably why they're running under center. Gives them a little tighter formation, and they're doing a lot of running.
Yeah, like we saw earlier, every team really here had problems with their offensive line. I think that's just what they're trying to work out here.
Number 1 up the middle. He runs out of his shoe to the 35-yard line. It'll be 4th and about 4. 4th and 5. Well, they marked this at the 36-yard line, so it'll be 4th and 6.
And it looks like we got Vanatsky under snap again.
So the coaches are showing some confidence here in their young quarterback as well as their defense and being able to hold North College Hill. Vanaski takes the snap, hands it off to Lippman, who rolls out to the right, who gets up the field and actually picks up the first down to the 28-yard line is where they're going to mark it. It'll be Braves First and 10 at the 28. I like Littman's got some nice explosiveness off his off the tackle there.
Yeah, he's really an explosive running back and powerful. He's been getting some nice productive gains for us today.
So Eicholtz comes in to take the snap under center. We've got two backs, one receiver to the right. It's a handoff up the left side here, number 42, who gets about a 12-yard gain. It'll be first and 10 at about the 17-yard line is where they're going to mark this ball. So the Braves are back in the red zone.
Just about the third time today. Looks like Eicholtz is coming off the field. I guess they're going to leave it to Vinatsky for this last.
Let Vinatsky get a touchdown here. So they're running Heidel to the left, two backs. It's a quick pass to Heidel, who makes the reception.
Dodges them.
And Danny Vinatsky gets his first touchdown pass of the preseason scrimmage here.
It's a really well-placed pass right in the middle of those two defenders, so Heidel could just dodge around them and then run into the end zone.
You know, the 8th grade Indian Hill Braves last year went undefeated. Vinatsky had an incredible year for his first year of playing organized tackle football at quarterback. And Heidel kicks this ball through the uprights, and the Braves score again. So the Braves have shown that against these teams are able to move the ball up the field. Their defense has been holding them. They give up some yardage, but when push comes to shove, they're doing a great job of stopping the long gains. We've seen North College Hill have probably the longest offensive play, and that would be that touchdown pass that they had that went about 75 yards. So the Braves, with their new coaching staff, a young team, are definitely have put in the work in the offseason. They're definitely gelling. Still a lot of work to do before we get to the first regular season game against New Richmond.
Hopefully they can improve on their disappointing losing record last year. And it looks like North College Hill is going to bring out their offensive side again. Looks like we got Heidel at the cornerback, excuse me. And number 12 as quarterback, again for College Hill. A little bit of a high snap there, but 12 throws it right down the middle for a nice reception to number 4. For about a gain of about 17 yards there. So the refs are going to spot the ball around the 47-yard line. North College Hill got 2 receivers on either side.
Hey, what's up, Victor?
One in motion.
Good. Hey.
They're going to hand it off down the middle. But it looks like the whistle's going to be blown before he's brought down. Probably about a loss of 1 or so there. And looks like they're going to go 3 receivers on the left for North College Hill with 1 on the right. 12's going to bring it back. Looks like he's going to scramble around, avoiding defenders left and right. But looks like he's brought down in a big pile for about a gain of 1 at the most. As I'm sure you can hear, the Indian Hill coaches are definitely very vocal with their approach. like North College Hill is going to run a similar play with 3 receivers on the right this time, 1 on the left. And 12 is going to drop back. He's going to throw it right before he's hit, but it's tipped and almost picked off by number 88. Nice pass coverage by the Braves, deep. And looks like College Hill is going to go through some squad changes. A couple of players coming off the field. And it's 4th down and about 8 yards. Looks like they're going to punt.
I think 5 or 6. Okay.
A little low of a snap. Nonetheless, 73 punts it off.
Get back to announcing.
Caught somewhere between the 20 and 25-yard line. Braves are going to bring their offense out once again. Both Eichholz and Vanatsky on the field this time. See what Kirchhoff wants. And looks like Nick Heidel is going to come off the field and take a break for a little bit for this series.
Who's the guy on crutches?
He was on crutches when I got.
What?
He was in crutches when I got.
So where'd you go to school in Louisville?
Bryan Station.
And it looks like Eichholz is going to take this play, starting off on their next drive. They got 1 receiver, 19 over on the right.
Eichholz with the fake handoff. He keeps the ball himself. He swings out to the left side. He's quickly caught at the line of scrimmage and dropped for about a 1-yard loss. So Eichholz's going to be under center again for the Braves as they run a receiver to the left side, number 19, 2 backs. And Eichholz keeps the ball and runs it up to about the 35-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 5. Well, if these scrimmages, Charlie, are any indication, the Braves definitely are going to be a run-heavy offense, which is kind of surprising with the size of their offensive line. So Eichholz up under center, 1 receiver to the left.
Actually, it's Vanatsky taking the snap.
Oh, it was Vanatsky with nice handoff to Lippman, who quickly gets up the field for about 10-yard gain.
Another big gain by Lippman.
But there is a flag on the play. I think this one's coming back as a hold on the Braves. And it is a hold on the Braves. So the ball's going to come back. We're going to repeat the down.
You know, you're talking about seeing about how run-heavy their offense is this year. Perhaps Coach Arcuri was thinking really in retrospect of the young quarterbacks, really only a freshman and sophomore, conducting the varsity team here. I think he's just trying to protect them so he can keep them for the next couple of years.
You're probably right, Charlie. Both these quarterbacks are looking very, very poised for as young as they are. Eichholz up under center, receiver to the right. It's a handoff to Lippman, who sweeps to the right, gets caught up a little bit, and is dropped at about the 30-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and 10.
Looks like they might have to punt here.
And they're going to punt this ball. So out of 3 offensive series that they've run against North College Hill, this definitely has been their worst series. They didn't get the ball past where they started the ball on. They ran 4 plays for a gain of 0 net offense. Idle
really
back for the punt, and he gets the ball off to about the 40, so it's a 40-yard, about a 50-yard punt.
It was really that holding call that set them back on that one drive.
Yeah.
And North College Hill is going to bring out number 12, their quarterback again for the offensive side. And see number 67, Shames, coming off the field again. And it looks like Ike Colts is going to be on the defensive side.
So technically, this is the Braves' second scrimmage. They scrimmaged against Shawnee Preble last week. Was that a full scrimmage? Except like this. You hear Coach Eli over there on the field yelling for the defense to stop this quickly. So Eichholz is going to be he's going to be playing left tackle. Let's see if he gets penetration. They pitch it out, and
Gain of about 2.
number 2 runs it out at about the 41-yard line. So it's going to be about a 1-yard gain. And as you hear Coach Eli yelling to him, that's a 1-yard gain. Give up 1 yard 4 times. That's 4-yard gains. That means no first downs, and that's all they care about. We'll give up 1 yard every play. That's good defense. They contained and got him to the outside and forced him out of bounds.
Seeing Coach Eli on this coaching staff here for the high school is kind of a new sight to see because for the past couple of years he's been heading the middle school department of this football operations. And so I think a lot of these players went through his middle school program only to come up to high school with him.
It's pitch to the left, number 1 with the ball as he finds the seam and gets about a yard before he's dropped. So the runner gets to the line of scrimmage. This ball is going to be marked probably at about the 41-yard line. So again, no gain on that. So Coach Eli's happy with his defense on this series. He's pulling Eichholz out, bringing Shames back in.
Looks like we got number 40 or 52 and
Quarterback back for the pass. It's a long throw, and number 3 is going to catch that. That's a beautiful throw by number 12 to number 3, who does a great job of bringing that ball down. And he thread the Braves defense there as the Braves give up a big play. That's probably the biggest play the Braves have given up defensively all day. It'll be 1st and 10 for North College Hill at the 35-yard line. And, of course, you don't hear Coach Eli a whole lot now. So I think the secondary just missed the read on that and really didn't have the right coverage going. 12 with the handoff up the middle, and he's going to be dropped for about a 3-yard loss on that carry. So our running defense seems to be doing a great job of penetrating the line, containing, and not giving up very much room. Our secondary gave up a big play. They've given up several defensive plays, but they've also had some great defensive stops. They've had 1 interception.
I haven't seen too much from their passing defense so far, however. It looks like they're going to go with 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right.
This is a high snap. Number 12 does a great job, and he's hit very quickly
Shames with the sack.
Shames for a huge loss. So this is going to be going to be 3rd and 20 for College Hill.
It's one of those plays where you really have to like stand up and kind of shake it off. You're just like, whoa.
Well, what gave Chavez a great opportunity on that play was that was a high snap. Quarterback did a great job of kind of catching it high and bobbling it a little, bringing it down. That very easily could have been a ball that went behind the quarterback and could have very easily been a turnover. It is a huge loss.
Looks like we got 6 in motion for the play.
But we've seen this quarterback throw for a 40-yard pass, and he does a great job of getting the ball there. The Braves do a great job of covering. They pick up about 8 yards. It's going to be 4th and about 12. They actually mark it. It's 4th and 13 to go.
It looks like they're going to go for it. Ooh,
Chavez misses the tackle. They quickly, the linebackers cover quickly to bring the quarterback down with about a 1-yard gain. So it's be a turnover, and that should be the last series for the Braves of the day. So you should see Woodward coming out here to take the ball on offense. You guys continue practicing through next six series? So that's the end of the day for the Braves varsity squad as they show that they're making great progress with this new coaching staff, new offensive and defensive schemes. We like what we see. We see a very athletic team, not big in size, very young, but they're showing a lot of poise, and they move the ball well, and they do a great job of covering on the defensive side of the ball. I'm Rob Young with Charlie Rhodes here in the booth today. Thank you for coming to the Braves Tomahawk Stadium for this 3-way scrimmage against Woodward, North College Hill, and the Indian Hill Braves. Look forward to seeing everybody at the first home game. I believe it is on the 29th against New Richmond.
Certainly an exciting start to the season, but we'll be glad to see more of this young Braves team.